Wow, guys. Yo, dudes and dudettes, your friendly neighborhood Jacksploit here. Yes, with another Samurai Jack review slash recap or whatever these are. But, oh my god. Today's episode... Okay, first off, I'll say this about today's episode. While I did enjoy it, they did cram a lot into one episode. Just because, I guess, they're like, oh, we only have... What episode this is? This is 5, so they literally only got 5 episodes left after this. So they were trying to go, we have to squash as much in as possible. So the episode starts off with, Samurai Jack and Ashi still on that. It starts off with Aku's lair. You see Aku's lair, and, just in the middle of nowhere, like, minding his own business, and Aku's just in there all bored. And then you see all these people start lining up, like you see in the trailer from last week. You see all these soldiers and warriors start to line up like, we're going to take this guy down. We're going to destroy him. We're going to F him up. And, it's just, they have hope in their hearts. And all of them just start charging Aku like, we're going to just wipe this guy out. And Aku is just, sitting there, mind his own business, stroking his beard like, oh my God, they're just making so much noise. And we get to see our man, Scotsman, back all day. He is back. He's freaking got a whole army of Scotswomen with him. And you find out that all this army of Scotswomen, these fine-ass Scotswomen, like some fair dames, if you know what I mean. You're like, they're all, like, very well endowed. Those are all his daughters. Those are all his daughters. So he has like an army of daughters. So, he got busy. And y'all remember, if you've seen the original Samurai Jack, you remember his monster of a wife. So I'm not saying any doubts that she could get out. But like, to quote Syndrome from the Incredibles, they got busy. Okay, because he has just an army of daughters. They're all well-born and kept, and he's just an old man, wheelchair, machine gun leg. Like, he still had a gun leg, but he's in a wheelchair now. And so, Aku sees all this, hears all this rattling, and he's like, you know what, maybe all this will end my malaise. And so he goes out, just ends... Aku. It's freaking Aku. Y'all know how powerful Aku is at this point. So Aku just goes out, and he's just like, really? Really? I've been dealing with you guys for millennia now. Bam! And he turns into a cannonball and just runs over most of them. And so at this part, I was starting to get actually worried because, I hate seeing shows where even though they're soldiers, I hate seeing when a parent is fighting with their kid and then their kid dies, but they don't die. Like, that to me is just heartbreaking, seeing a father lose their child or daughter or anything like that. That to me is just one of the worst things I've ever seen. It irritates me so much. It really just destroys me, distraughts me. So I really hope they didn't go that route. And while this show has been dark, they decided not to go that route because Aku... After he wipes out all the rest, he sees the Scots girls going away because the Scotsman tells them, girls, go away. I'll hold them off. I'll hold them off. Don't worry about this. And so they all start running. And Aku, he's just like, well, I can't let them all get away. They wouldn't fear me. So he's about to go and attack all the Scots daughters. But then freaking Scotsman comes out, starts talking so much smack to this dude. And he's just like, oh, Aku, you know what you are? You're a coward. I can't do a Scottish accent whatsoever, so forget it. But he just, John DiMaggio, phenomenal still as a voice, and he just is killing it, and he's just insulting him, saying, you're nothing, because you remember the first time him and Samurai Jack first met, he freaking just talked all this smack to him, and Jack was like, okay, I'm gonna freaking attack you, and they got into that massive fight, and then they became best friends, and they had tons of adventures with each other, so he's pretty much talking smack to Aku, and Aku's just sitting there taking it like, who the fuck does this fat bastard think he is? Who the fuck does this fat, you know what? Fucking ass. Why you gotta bring about the fucking samurai? And so he just laser blasts the guy. He laser blasts the Scotsman. So Scotsman fucking dies. Okay, you need to realize how impactful this is. If you've been a fan of Samurai Jack since, the kid years, that was just horrible seeing a character as loved as the Scotsman just be obliterated like that. So he gets completely just he is disintegrated. You see his skeleton, and his daughters are like, no, and his sword is broken. And, Aku just goes back inside like, I guess that was fun, but I'm so bored. And we're all like, oh no, fucking Scotsman is dead. I can't believe this shit. Like, how would you kill the fucking Scotsman? And so his daughters find out that he's there. Like they're going to get the sword and like, oh no, I can't believe they killed her father. But all of a sudden, from then and some Ghostbuster shit happens. Some Ghostbuster, like, Scotsman comes back, full body. He's in his prime. He's like, oh, don't worry, I got my magic runes. Just go with the Scotch accent, guys, I know. But he's just like, I've got my magic runes and my sword, so don't worry, I'm a ghost now, and I've got unfinished business. I just thought it was Casper rules. But we go back to where we left our, protagonists, Samurai Jack and Ashi. Now, Ashi is, stuck with Samurai Jack, and she's having, like, freaking Lion King moments, staring in the sky, talking to the high priestess of the daughters of Aku, saying, I can't kill him. Like, did you lie to me about Aku? Like, what happened with all this Aku nonsense? And the high priestess is like, you are fucking... I can't believe you haven't killed him. He is right there asleep. Go slit the nigga's throat. Why won't you do that? And she's just like, no. The samurai saved my life. You let him save your life? Oh my God, what the hell? And so, like, she's just disowning her, and pretty much, I don't know if this is all hallucination or if the high priestess actually has this power, but it pretty much seemed like this was a hallucination. And so the girl goes to sleep. She goes to sleep, and the next morning, Samurai Jack, he swims, you see him swimming off in distance, and you're just like, what the heck is he doing? Is he leaving her? But no, Samurai Jack is such a boss. He swims down, grabs a sea serpent, pulls freaking Aang from Avatar Last Airbender, grabs a sea serpent, flies it up, and he's just like, all right, I got us a ride. Let's go back to mainland now. So he guts the sea serpent, and they ride off in the water, and I'm just like, well, damn, Jack, that's one way to get a girl wet. Jeez. So they swim off, on this giant sea serpent that Jack just wrangled because he swam down. He's just a boss. Samurai Jack is such a beast. And they go off and swimming. They hit the mainland. And then, at this point in the episode, Jack and Ashi just start to bond. Like, Ashi starts realizing Jack isn't an evil guy. I can't believe it. So she's like hearing all these, she's been, taught and raised that Aku is God, Aku is a creator, Aku is just the best thing that ever happened to this world. And so she's wondering, like, what were lies told to her? So Jack pretty much tells her, like, look, I'll tell you everything you need to know about Aku. But at first, like, Jack is like, leave me alone. And like, he pretty much just, they get to land and Jack says, goodbye. And it's that brief. It's that brief. He just goes, goodbye, and then goes off and walks off by himself. And so I'm just like, damn, he really didn't think. But of course, she follows him. And then they just start to bond, to connect. And you see, Ashi really isn't, as evil. She was just brainwashed. Like we already knew, she was brainwashed. And so Jack just tells her, Aku did not create the stars, Aku did not, create life, Aku destroyed life, Aku did all this evil stuff. And so he takes them to this place where Jack gets this, like, pimpin' outfit. Because you remember, it's funny, I always love the episodes where Jack just wears stuff that's not like a samurai garb or a warrior garb, because like there are episodes where Jack was a gangster, episodes where Jack's in like a club, and then episodes where Jack has heels on. It's just so funny. But they go to this like really down place, and you actually get to see the aliens that Aku allows on this planet, because Aku, like, he loves chaos. He's just like, yeah, go on, no one can fuck with me, so I don't mind these evil creatures come. And so like these evil creatures come from outer space, like, oh, we're wanted people, where should we go? Like, think of if you're a Dragon Ball Z fan, think of Dragon Ball Z, like the Saiyans coming to Earth or something like that, and they're like, oh, well, what can we do? Oh, that place is inhabited. Oh, well, if it's inhabited, do you have a problem with that? Oh, no, I don't have a problem with that. And then they just go murder all the innocent people. And then there's this really just effed up thing where they keep going to these villages, and you see, like, Aku just pretty much, he sends the evil people to innocent places just so they can murder all these innocent people, just because it creates fear and chaos, and it's just so dark when you really think about it. And, Jack and Ashi go to this village that's just been decimated, and you find out that the people who decimated the village stole the children. And so they take the children, and they pretty much, this is the part of the episode where it turns into if you've ever seen Gremlins or Critters, these are two horror movies. If you check out my month of Halloween on my channel, like, I actually cover them. But they talk about, they take the children of these people that look like furry aliens, and they turn them into these monsters by having this chip implanted in their neck. And Aku's minions, like, reveal they like to kidnap children because they're easy to manipulate. And so, like, Ashi starts thinking, that happened to me. Like, I was born, and then I was just used to be a weapon of Aku. And so Jack and her decide, we're going to go save these children because, like, they have to save the children. And this is a episode where it gets actually kind of dark. And there's a part where I have to laugh because the bad guy in the episode does a Quinn laugh, like a Kwame's laugh. He does a like laugh like Quinn. So Quinn, Kwame's Land, who's also going to do a review to this episode, I'll leave a link below. And it was just a dark, sad episode because they go into this place. Jack's being attacked by the children. They're being manipulated to attack Jack, and he's just not able to deal. It's, oh my god, I'm sorry, I'm not saying this properly. It's just, it's sad when you figure out what happens at the end. Because Ashi gets captured, she gets kidnapped, she's held up against a wall, she's being tortured by one of Aku's minions, and he pretty much tells her, like, what they're doing for the children, like, this is how we're manipulating them, this is what we're doing to them, and we do that to a lot of children. And so she starts going like, no, I ain't fucking taking that shit. And she has just this moment where she's just like, I'm gonna fucking get strong. Her face gets all contorted, she gets really passionate, and she's just like, I'm going to fucking kick this guy's ass. So she comes down. Well, Jack's still dealing with these children, these animalistic children, and she kills the guy, pretty much. That's what she does. Like, the guy's like a cyborg because he's plugging himself in the wall, torturing her, like, using electric shots to torture her. And she fucking, just picks his ass up. She has this great moment where she fucking goes practically Super Saiyan, just rips herself out of her constraints, and then she grabs the guy, throws him against the wall, fucking owns his ass. And I just love that. I fucking love seeing this sick fuck get what was coming to him. And then Jack has flashbacks because all the children at this point, when the guy's defeated, since he doesn't know about the electronic chip that's been implanted in their neck, and they all start spazzing out. And it's sad to see this. It's just sad to see Jack realize, this is the part where I'm losing my train of thought, because the kids have all been manipulated, and so Jack thinks that when they get electrocuted, that they all just died. They all just died. So Jack's having flashbacks again, like, no. So apparently this guy, this horn samurai we've been seeing following Jack around in each episode, where he's just having these mental breakdowns, he is the one that's going, Jack, this is what you fucked up with. This is why, you fucked up here. Now you're coming with me. And Jack, okay, this is the part that I'm really just... I hate seeing children die in shows, so I actually thought they died. It turns out they didn't die, of course, but it was just disturbing to me. This is a part I was genuinely disturbed that there must have been a part in Jack's life where he let a bunch of children die because of this, demon green thing on a horse. And so he walks off of the episode, and then Ashi comes in, she notices that the children are alive, and then she's like, where are you, Samurai Jack? And then the next episode, we see that she's gonna go looking for him with help from familiar faces. But it was just sad, man. This episode, to me, like the ending, just with the thing, what they did with the children, I gotta say, I give this episode 4 out of 5. It was incredible. I'm so happy this season. This series has just been so great. I say this every week. This series has just been so great. I'm just enjoying it each episode, day by day. And, oh my God. I'm actually sweating because I got really passionate at that last bit, but yeah, this had phenomenal animation, phenomenal just acting, character development for Ashi, like seeing that she wasn't, straight up evil. She was just manipulated and being that way. But guys, I hope you enjoyed this review. Be sure to check out my friend's review in the link below when he gets home. And remember, like I always say, keep calm, booyah on, don't forget, Momentai. Good to have you back, Jack, and can't wait for next week.